So we all know about TBC, the Big O tournament that we are familiar with, Texas Basketball Championships. But so far, what can you tell us about the current status of the tournament so far, moving into now late in May, now early June?
Well, we've canceled all state qualifying tournaments across the state, and we had a June date for our original date was in June for the summer state tournament. We've canceled that, but we do have a secondary date in July 16th through the 18th, which is a Thursday through a Saturday, and we're 7 weeks away from that, and so we're hopeful that maybe we can, maybe the regulations will be loosened so that we can actually have this thing.
Absolutely, and of course, with those state qualifying tournaments, kind of talk about how teams can enter into the tournaments and all that.
So because we don't have the SQTs to qualify, then what I've communicated out to my coaching email list is that we'll take any and all teams, but we do have a cap. Believe our capacity right now is 128 teams, varsity teams only, girls and boys. And so what I've requested is if a team wants to come, then they will put down a $50 deposit, and that $50 deposit locks in their place. And then if we were to have to cancel just because of restrictions or just not safe, then that deposit is 100% refundable. We don't want to put students at undue risk. I think when I say that, but then there's risk in everything. And I think that we just have to be smart. I have to listen to the people who are much smarter than me and much more informed, and we just want to make sure that we're doing what's best for kids. But I know that right now we are just under 50% to capacity as far as teams that have put down a deposit already. So we're just under that 60 team number of teams that are saying, yes, we want to come if we can come.
Absolutely. And again, for the crowd that is unfamiliar with TBC, I do understand that you'll have a strong partnership with the TABC, and of course, y'all, not a part of UIL, but y'all like to kind of follow. Y'all kind of like, they have a strong relationship, I would say, with the UIL as well.
Well, I think, we're all, myself as an educator, and our leadership are all coaches or past coaches and still in education. I mean, we're definitely loyal to those organizations, TABC, obviously the UIL. We use school facilities. So, schools are going to take their cues from those bodies, the UIL, TEA, the Texas Education Agency. And so, so we're going to follow along those things and go from there. And we love putting on the tournament, and we want to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to be able to do that as safe as possible.
Absolutely. And of course, y'all been in the Grapevine Colorado area for some time now. And will there be any changes in venue for the July dates?
Yes. So we've been in Grapevine Colleyville area right next to DFW Airport every year. But this year, due to construction, those high schools are under construction, so they're closed. And so we are going to relocate for this year right now to Mansfield ISD. We would be at Legacy High School and Lake Ridge High School and possibly some middle schools and maybe one other high school. We don't know. But they have great facilities down there. There's great restaurants, hotels. It's a good location for us. And it's still in the Metroplex, but that's where we're looking at. Those are the places that we have reserved right now. But again, it's kind of wait and see how Mansfield and our organization feels about the event at the end of the day.
Absolutely, and of course, y'all have the big summer tournament that is kind of the big attractor, but also it looks hopefully y'all might have some preseason ones that are starting to get in some steam as well. Can you talk about the preseason tournaments as well?
Yeah, so we had one in the Lubbock area at one point. We've had a couple in the Metroplex. We've had one in kind of the East Texas, Nacogdoches area. We're in communication with an Austin location as well as a Houston location. So what we'd like to do is just be able to facilitate uh, a competitive event one day in the fall where teams can come, they can play 3 games and get a good look at their kids and then go home. Just evaluate and maybe work on it the next couple of weeks in practice. So, and again, there are a lot of events that are there. And I think our selling point is we're all current educators. We're not, obviously, there's money involved, but it's not, when you compare it to some of these other events, it's not near what they're charging.
Absolutely. And then, of course, people who are trying to find more information about TBC, where can they go or visit or get a contact info?
Yeah, so our website is Texas Basketball Championships with an S.com. And so that's a good way. We have a Twitter and it's at K Starnes, STARNES _ TBC. And so those are the 2 locations that, as far as internet, social media, that we would encourage you to follow or check out.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I got for you. That's all I got for you, sir. Appreciate your kind time in explaining the whole portion of how things are going, and hopefully we'll get through this together somehow.
Yeah, I agree. I think one thing that I'd like to say is, last year, about 82% of the teams that participated, and we had 84 teams last year, our largest field yet, 82% of those teams made the playoffs this year, with a good handful making the regional tournament and the state tournament. And so, it's very competitive. And so we love our product. We love our what we do. And so hopefully, if somebody's interested, they'll give us a try this year.